Arturs Silovs traded for, whose son is this?
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
We knew this day would come, and it's a day that Abbotsford is not going to like. Welcome to another episode of Locked On Canucks. My name is Trevor Beggs, co-host of Locked On Canucks, and also Canucks writer with Daily Hive Vancouver. And as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Kyle Bowen. And Kyle, you did not want this guy traded. We knew it was probably coming, and the time is here. Arturs Silovs has been traded to, of course it is, the Pittsburgh Penguins in exchange for a 2027 fourth-round pick and Chase Stillman. Who is this? Who is this guy? Kyle, tell me about it, man. How you feeling? You just got off a plane. I just woke up in Australia, man. How you feeling right now, buddy?
Dude, there's a lot of Australian people in Calgary, by the way. I will say that. I met a ton. Okay, and good vibes. Shout out to Calgary. So much so that on tomorrow's episode of Locked On Canucks, I know we haven't been here in a while, but I'm going to talk about how I'm actually afraid of the Calgary Flames just a bit. Anyways, Arturs Silovs gets traded. We all knew this was coming. Again, Demko just signed the most expensive contract in goaltending Canucks history. Not really, but again, we knew this was going to happen, right? Demko Lankinen, a thing for many years to come, and Silovs a really clutch goaltender. I want to put an emphasis on that, right? Like a really clutch goaltender, a part of the system, a bit of a fan favorite because he's quirky, and again, he's given this organization some moments to cheer about over the last 14 months. Like he's gone, and it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Now, I will say, I doubt that I'm going to put some doubt on Trevor Beggs. I'm assuming he doesn't know everything about Corey Stillman's son, his other son. Now we've had both Corey Stillman's sons in our organization, right? Riley Stillman and now Chase Stillman. I will say getting a former first-round pick and a fourth-round pick in this type of trade, I don't know. Should I say it? Like, even though I'm scared of losing Silovs because I think he's clutch and there's a chance that he turns into a really good goaltender because you probably don't want to let go of guys who get better in April, May, and June. Okay, that's all I'm saying. All in all, though, I feel like Patrick Allvin kind of cooked here, man. He did a good job.
Wow, that's you're sipping from Thomas Drance's cup of coffee this morning, buddy.
Oh, well, what was he gonna get? What was he gonna get?
I mean, look, I think
sorry to cut you off, but again, rumors had it, or maybe Trevor told me this when he was drunk one night. Like this guy's in Abbotsford watching the playoff games. The Canucks were playing again in Abbotsford in the AHL, and you were sitting by some people. I don't know if you want to throw them under the bus, but they were already telling you, like, yo, like A, there's a good chance that Silovs actually squeaks through waivers, even though he's playing this good, and B, you're not getting anything for him.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I heard when I was covering games in Abbotsford, and yeah, I mean, I kind of pushed back at the time when I was talking to some people in media. It was like, could you not even get like a third for this guy, you thought? And like when I looked at this trade, Kyle, and it is nitpicking because, like, again, you weren't going to get a lot for Arturs Silovs unless you packaged him in a bigger trade. And I think that's what I would prefer to see here because it's like, okay, now you got a goalie who could be really good and you got a player back who doesn't look to be that good and a fourth-round pick. The Pittsburgh Penguins earlier this offseason, they dealt Alex Nedeljkovic for a third-round pick. I think that's what I was hoping for in return for Arturs Silovs here. But instead, the Canucks wanted to take the dart throw on Chase Stillman and get a fourth-round pick instead. And I mean, look, it was going to be kind of underwhelming and disappointing no matter what to me. I guess you can, pat Patrick Allvin on the back and applaud him for getting something for Silovs, considering he was waiver eligible. But I would just like to see a bit more creativity, man. I don't know, like, keep him up with the team at the beginning of the season or package him in a bigger deal.
There you go. I wouldn't
say this is a failing grade, but that's kind of what I would like to see here.
That was the other option, right? Like you package them up, and like, can we just like nerd out a bit before I pile up some of the comments again? What do you guys think about the Silovs trade? Okay, because again, I'm thinking to myself, it's just going to be a fourth. I don't know who this Chase Stillman guy is. Former first-round pick, had 4 goals last year. Again, who knows? But I don't know. Maybe we just picked up the greatest player in Abbotsford Canucks history. Okay, who knows? Like again, we don't know. But at the end of the day, as Trevor alluded to, like creativity. Like I wonder if more work was done on the phone lines, if it could have been Silovs and a second for like Rust or Raquel. I know I'm dreaming now, but like maybe that's something that the fans don't even want because those are older players and the money, blah blah blah. But like, could you have seen something like that? Like, because again, you were sitting down in Abbotsford, people telling you you're not getting anything for him, and Shelovs just had a pretty historic Calder Cup championship type season. Like he was a really good prospect in my opinion. I'm calling him a top prospect, but again, the goaltending position kind of waters him down. How far away do you think they were though from being creative with it? Like, did the league need to see like Lankinen get hurt in September or Demko and for Shelovs to play some more NHL games for that type of package to come to fruition? You're muted. You're muted.
Yep, thanks, buddy. Thank you. I think that the main thing was the Canucks lack of cap space. I do think that a trade like Shelovs in the second for Rust or Raquel, something like that, I think that's realistic. And I think that Canucks would have looked at something like that, but they would have need to have moved money out, right? I mean, this is a year. I don't want to be that guy, but the Canucks got the OEL cap it, the 4.7 million dead money on the books this year. I think that's hampering them now. Of course, Kyle, you and I talked about it. Early days of Locked On, that was a move they had to make. But for me, it's like, I guess that's a good question. Hypothetically speaking, would you have rather the Canucks moved out Joshua and Blueger for pennies on the dollar just to trade Shelovs in a second for like a Brian Rust or Rickard Raquel? Because I'm even still a little hesitant on that, to be honest.
Wow, a little hesitant on Rickard Raquel, eh? Or whatever. Okay.
He is Marcus Pettersson's best friend, though.
Ooh.
And he's born in 93, just like you and me, buddy. Come on.
There you go.
93, let's go.
There you go. Anyways, let's get to some comments again. Shelovs just got traded. We're going to be here for like 9 more minutes. Get them all in, okay? What are your thoughts? Fan favorite, Shelovs out for Corey Stillman's son and a 4th round pick. Dude, I love this question from Pet, okay? Pet Factum. I hope I didn't say a bad word there. I don't know what Pet Factum means. I don't know what the kids are saying these days. But he's saying, why are 10 regular season games more important than 10 playoff games in terms of the player's value? Again, some people in and around the organization believe that, Shelovs wasn't worth a lot because A, goaltending isn't that valuable in trades, and B, Shelovs was really bad this season in the NHL. Okay? Let's be real. Okay? That being said, we've seen it 3 years in a row. This guy's been very, very clutch in pressure cooker situations, whether it be the World Hockey Championships, whether it be round 1 in the NHL playoffs against Nashville, and some parts against Edmonton in round 2. And then we saw him do what he did for the Abbotsford Canucks again in April, May, and June. Just a clutch goaltender. And I kind of, should I say, agree with Pat? Like, again, like when I look at Shelovs' year this year, I look at the fact that this guy was able to rebound in season after, having his dreams crushed early on when he struggled in the NHL. And the fact that he was able to find his game again in the AHL, dude, I would think that, again, it would take a summer of rehabilitation. Again, Pettersson couldn't do it. Pettersson couldn't find his game again within the season, right? He needed a summer in a P90X plant, right? Straight up. He needed to remove the microplastics from his life. But Arturs Silovs, all he needed was more reps, and he's good. So, again, Trevor, put some respect on Shelovs' name. I think we traded a good player away. It is what it is. But I think we traded the potential, like a 51% chance that Shelovs is a really good goalie in the NHL.
Yeah, a really good goalie. Wow. I think it's maybe like still about a coin flip for Arturs Silovs. But I think, again, you see goalies with that track record in the AHL, and a lot of them go on to be, good NHL goalies, right? But some of them also end up being, there's actually more of the likes of like Pyotr Kochekov or Alex Leon, like those type of guys, right? Like guys that aren't going to be like bona fide NHL workhorse starters, but guys who can be good NHL goalies in kind of like a 1B or backup role. I mean, that being said, though, the Pittsburgh Penguins won this trade, right?
Wow.
I mean, we can kind of phrase it every way we want. You can talk about the Canucks, extracting not bad value, getting a former 1st-round pick and a 4th-round pick for Arturs Silovs, but the Pittsburgh Penguins won this trade. They absolutely needed goaltending. They needed dart throws. Young goalies in their pipeline who could be starters. Arturs Silovs fits that bill. They didn't pay much to get him. Let's talk about Chase Stillman really quickly before you get to the next comment, though, because this is a guy who was a former 1st-round pick, 2021, 29th overall. We got to remember that draft was probably the weirdest draft in NHL history in the sense that it was COVID. Prospects weren't really playing. Chase Stillman, You know, he had okay numbers in the OHL in his draft -1 season. Then he was playing in, was it Swiss U20 league or something like that, where he put up like, 2 points per game. Looking at his draft profile, he probably shouldn't have gone in the first round. Not to say he can't be a good player, but I think he
Yeah.
got overvalued because of the name, right?
Wow. Hey, nepotism. Hey, nepotism, Trevor. You can give the credit to nepotism, man.
Yeah,
I'm okay
look
with
at Chase
nepotism,
Stillman.
by the way.
Well,
I'm okay with nepotism anymore. Like,
yeah,
if your son becomes
it is
like
what
one
it
of the
is.
best, if your son becomes one of the, or daughter becomes one of the best Canucks hockey podcasters of all time, and like, yo, all the credit to, to the lineage, the bloodline,
Yeah,
Trevor.
exactly. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
they're smarter than me already, man, and they're 4-2, so that's that's a possibility for sure. But yeah, I mean, Chase Stillman, it's, again, you kind of look at his profiles like post draft, and I feel for those kids who were in those situations, right? And Chase Stillman's been dealt around a lot too, right? He gets traded after being drafted by the New Jersey Devils, gets traded in the OHL, of course, gets traded again this year from the Devils to the Pittsburgh Penguins in the Cody Glass deal. So the guy hasn't really had that much consistency. 22 years old now. I mean, the scoring profile doesn't really scream anything special. But we'll have to dig a bit more into this guy and see if there's something there with Chase Stillman.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like the only thing we can do right now for our people is, again, read some comments, because we don't know, we barely know who this Chase Stillman guy is, and we should probably use, I would say, Reddit too. Might as well. Well, what's that segment called? I keep forgetting the name. Swimming in the ocean. Okay, it might be a little small here on the YouTube side, but let me read some. Let me read some. Trevor, why are you laughing? I'm a junior producer, Trevor. I don't know. I don't know why you gotta laugh at my production skills. It's not like you're pressing buttons out there in Australia, right? Trying to produce the show. So I don't know why you're laughing. Did Australia make you turn you into a bully?
No, I'm
God,
just trying to
Trevor,
read,
man.
and
I'm just
I'm
trying to
looking
make
on
my
my
mom.
phone right
Let me
now.
read it to you. Let me read it to you. Okay, come on,
Okay,
man.
thanks, man.
Let me read it to you.
Thank you.
Anyway, somebody posted on Canucks Reddit, who is Chase Stillman, and according to the Hockey Writers, that this is a bit of a little summary. Okay, so obviously he's a Stillman, right? Son of Corey Stillman, brother of Riley Stillman. Supposedly, like his father, Chase's motor never stops, right? He's strong motor, strong work ethic, and he's a fantastic skater. And these guys are comparing him to Alex Burrows. So again, his strengths are his two-way game, his work ethic, his forecheck, his motor, and his skating. And to me, it's like, okay, he sounds like a premier AHL talent. I'm not gonna lie, and like Drew O'Connor or something. I don't know. Just like, right? He just
Yeah.
sounds like if he reaches his potential, it's gonna be like a really good fourth liner.
Yeah, even that seems like he's not quite there yet.
Yeah,
So again,
you're
I
not
want
a
to dive a
fan,
bit more
bro.
into Chase Stillman tape, but yeah, I mean, the Alex Burrows, the Drew O'Connor, I feel like those are huge stretches right now for Chase Stillman. But again, with
Wow,
Chase
Drew
Stillman, I would like
O'Connor.
to see him. I would like to
Go
see
ahead.
him with the
Sorry.
coaching staff in Abbotsford. I'd like to see him with Manny Malhotra. Like, let's see what this coaching staff can do. They worked wonders with so many players last season. Let's see what he can do with a bit of consistency where he's not bouncing around from team to team.
Look at this comment from NGK, right? It's an AHL trade, which means an NHL ass trade. Okay, we're not going to do a round two of this tomorrow and break it down. It is what it is. It is what it is. Now, maybe down the road we talk about like Silovs, like in 2029. I don't know, like him and Gavin McKenna like winning a Stanley Cup, and then we'll really like get hurt by this trade. But for now, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, and again, we gotta cut this episode short. I'm gonna run one more comment, and I'm gonna let Trevor just reply to it, because some people are scared of this. And no, Trevor, you were scared of this too, okay? Oh man, okay, there you go. Nathan Reed saying this trade will look bad if Demko gets injured at training camp. No, again, I don't know why Trevor keeps laughing. Serious thing, Trevor. We don't have to laugh
It's
at
nervous
Demko's
laughter,
puppy.
buddy. No, it's nervous laughter because that's a scary situation for the Vancouver Canucks, right? Is Yuri Patera still with this team? Because he was supposed to be kind of a third string goalie at some point, right? Or is this just Nikita Tolopilo and Ty Young? Yeah, the goaltending depth looks a lot scarier after this for sure. And I do wonder if the Canucks will get another goalie for some veteran depth. Or or they'll just kind of play it by ear. And if Demko does get hurt, they'll sign someone off the street again. I mean, don't expect it to be Kevin Lankinen, but I hear David Abisher is available to play. Maybe Martin Gerber. Maybe even.
Or maybe if Demko gets hurt in the preseason, we pick up Silovs off waivers. There you go.
True.
See, Trevor,
That's
you
a
see what I did there?
Oh man, Kyle
Yeah.
Bowd, hit the round of applause for yourself, but come on.
Okay. Last question. Okay, this one goes to Roma Ticklin. Roma Ticklin. I don't know if I said a bad word there. Again, these fetishes out here. Anyways, it kind of sucks that goalies get that kind of disrespect in trades. My name's Kyle Bowen. That's Trevor Beggs. Trevor, touch on that, okay? And then sign us out. Like, why? We just saw Bobrovsky. I know he's a $10 million guy, back-to-back Cup winner. His start with Florida was just so unorthodox. Bobrovsky, I don't even know if this guy was a top prospect coming into the league. He's Bobrovsky, just a random goalie, and look at what he did. Yet again, goaltenders just disrespected, always in trade talks.
Yeah, it's the volatility of the position does really hurt goaltenders overall, and especially in this 1A, 1B world, it almost feels a little bit even more chaotic in terms of goaltending. And I wonder if we do get to a point where goaltenders do get a bit more respect in trade negotiations. But I mean, hey, to flip it around, again, Alex Nedeljkovic, a full-time NHL goalie last season, basically got traded for the same value as Arturs Silovs, right? A third for Nedeljkovic, former first, and a fourth for Silovs. Yeah, it is weird the disrespect that goalies get in trades, but man, oh man, it is a volatile position, and that's why here you are tuning into a volatile podcast. I mean, Kyle just got off the plane. I'm just waking up in Australia, and we're still here talking to you about your Vancouver Canucks. Maybe a little bit more regular this week, Kyle. I should be back in a day or two, and looking forward to seeing your face in person and getting into what the hell happened with the Vancouver Canucks this offseason. Make sure that if you like what we're doing, go like and subscribe. Share the episode with a friend. We got to get out of here. And from Australia, I'll say, good day, mate.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.